I want to ask you this last question about the continued resistance. So I don't have the name of the Israeli commander, but there was some type of commander, I don't think they were a general, but some type of Israeli commander in the IDF talking about how the resistance was difficult to locate in Gaza currently because they're operating in a decentralized and autonomous fashion. The way I understand it is that you essentially have pockets, a handful of guys, one with a camera, one with their weapon, and they're sleeper cells, essentially, hiding out in the rubble, in the tunnels, in the homes, and they just wait for an opportunity, and then they act autonomously. Is that the correct way to think about it?
Yeah. If the resistance operated as a collective with centralized logistics, etc., what would happen if they authorized under conventional means? You'd have a commander in Gaza have to communicate back, hey, we're running low on ammo. You need to move ammo up here. And so what you have is communications that the Israelis can intercept. And then you have the movement of material and personnel that the Israelis can detect and interdict. And so you create more opportunities for the Israelis to destroy you. However, if you overlay your defense and you make everybody a cell, self-sufficient cell, knowing that if that cell gets cut off, there's nothing you can do for them. They're dead. You can't help. If they run out of ammo, they're dead. These are disposable cells. That's a hard way to go about life, but that's it. But what happens is they're out there and there's no communication. The Israelis can't hear anything. There's nobody talking to anybody. There's no movement of material. It's all there. And so the Israelis have to go in and find each different node. And in doing so, they expose themselves. And then they get hit. And yes, they may take out that cell, but there's the next one right over here. They pop up and they get them. There's another one over here that pops up and gets them. And that's the resistance right now. And when you take the potential of 60 to 85,000 men and you break them down into 3 to 5 man cells, that's a whole bunch of 3 to 5 man cells hanging out there, sipping water, eating a date, waiting with an RPG for the Israelis to make a mistake. And the Israelis make mistakes every single day because they're afraid, because they're tired, because they're nervous, because they don't understand the battlefield they're in, because nothing makes sense. What looks like a secure facility isn't a secure facility. Wherever they go, they become exposed to potential attack, and it wears on their nerves. And the resistance is just hitting them every day, wearing them down. Israel will never defeat them because there's nothing to defeat. You know, you spend all your effort, you get a cell, okay, but there's another cell that you don't know where it is. And it's going to pop up and you're going to lose 2 guys. Another cell pops up, you lose 7 guys. Another cell pops up, you lose 3 guys. And it's just a death of 1,000 cuts. And I think that's the situation that we face right now in Gaza.
This video is sponsored by you. That's because we don't have any sponsors. All we have are supporters like yourself. So please consider making a contribution to our channel. You can give to us via the Buy Me a Coffee link in the description of this video. That way, we can continue to fly guests like Scott Ritter to our studio for an insightful podcast from which we can all benefit, like the one you're watching right now. So please consider making a contribution. Thank you for your support.
Trust nothing. No laws.